Alright guys, give me a second, we're putting the live stream up now. Alright, we're almost there, stand by. Alright everyone, we got the stream working now. We'll do some testing and then we'll start going. Waimir. I'll give you the link to the live stream and then you'll make an announcement for the people. Berserk Apex Drift League is presented by... Have you ever found yourself driving like an absolute maniac? Uh-oh, this won't be good. Wowza! I wonder what our insurance agent has to say about this.
We don't cover that.
Ha! I wonder why. Let's see that again in slow motion. Jeez, that must have hurt.
Yeah, we definitely don't cover that.
Bad old car insurance. Drift at your own risk.
Introducing the Battle Helmet Cam. With the breathtaking clarity of a monstrous 420p. Battle Helmet Cam. Experience the panic.
Man, I got comp in 5 minutes and I'm tired as hell. What am I gonna do?
Here, try this.
I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, mama. Matthias Go-Go Juice. Totally legal. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves at the first test stream of Battle Berserk Apex Drift League. Hang on, whoever's audio I can hear in the background, can you please mute yourself? Alright, all drivers, you can just mute yourself as we're testing right now. Alright, we got our first group of tonight. We're testing the desync, we're testing the stream, we're testing audio, we're testing the announcements, we're testing everything. Alright, without further ado, if the judges and the announcers and the drivers and the whole crew and the whole circus are ready, you may start the lights. We have Blint in the lead and Sigani in the chase. Let's send it! 3, 2, 1, let's go! Blint in the lead here. Sigani in very tight chase, a little too tight I might say. Okay, he's dialing it back a little bit, not really mirroring that line too much. Blint's sticking up behind him in his car. Going through that first outside zone, second outside, going through that horseshoe. He's still sticking a little too close, and we're going to the transition over to the long turn. Blint keeping a tight line over there, not going too wide. Sigani desperately trying to chase up. He is mirroring that line perfectly at the end there, and over the line we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what a good first run we had. Now, let's see that one's over. Now, we have Blint in chase and Sigani in the lead. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready, in 3, 2, 1, let's hit it! Alright, Sigani in the lead. Blint keeping a much cleaner line during the initiation there. Doing that U-bend and a little bit inside his car, but that's good. Keeping that clean line, doing a very well job of mirroring his line there. Over to the transition on the touch and go there. And as we go into the long turn, a lot cleaner mirroring from Blint there. As we go into the long turn, a bit of a hesitation from Sigani there, but Blint keeping right on his door. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, over the line. Our first run of the night, and what is the call by the judges? Let's hear it. Hang on, I'm not getting my stream later. Let's try it, yeah. Let's see. We have 1 for Blint, 2 for Blint, and a third one for Blint. Blint goes on in this practice. Alright, now let's have group 2 lining up. I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I did not have my stream overlay on at that point. Alright, let's have the overlay as we transition to the next drivers. Give me a second. Alright, we have the next drivers lined up. Sort of. Alright, so in the lead, we have A3 with Waffle in the chase. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready, let's hit it! As we get to the start of the point scoring, we are keeping a very clean line there. A3 in the lead with Waffle in the chase. Waffle not really mirroring that line all too well during the start there, but catching up all the while. Very good mirroring from Waffle there, going to the S-shoe. As we get to the third outside zone, very good mirroring there from Waffle. As we get to the long turn, getting right on that door from Waffle, keeping it back a little bit during that last bit. And there we are over the line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see it once again with Waffle in the lead and A3 in the chase. In 3, 2, 1, let's set it! Block! Very good mirroring there from A3 already in the point scoring chase. Oh my god, look at that U-bend! Almost going through his car, there he is. Very good mirroring there to the touch and go as we move on to the fast lane. Very good mirroring there from A3 as we go on to the fast bit. A little bit behind there from A3, but catching up all the better. And there we are over the line. Alright, let's hear it from the judges. A3 starting in the chase, right? Alright, we're gonna have to dial this out a little bit. Alright, we have 2 to 1 on the one more time to A3 there, so A3 goes on. Alright, next drivers, next group. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for the next run, we are ready. Let's hit it! Do the lights. Wipe here. Alright, here we go. Pingo Salsa in the lead and Syme in the chase. Very good mirroring from Syme there. Bit of an over correction there from Syme going into the U-band. Oh, and a bit of a wall hit from there from Syme. Over to the touch and go as we progress to the fast corner. And we are picking up speed. Let's pick up. Come on. And there we are in the long turn. Good mirroring there from Syme, but keeping a safe distance. That's very respectable. Alright, now we will have Syme in the lead and Pingo in the chase. Let's see it one last time, ladies and gentlemen. If you are ready, in 3, 2, 1, let's send it! Block! Big swing there from Syme. Good mirroring there from Pingo going into the U-bend. Bit of a slowdown there from Syme. Pingo doing a nice job of keeping up with him. Sacrificing a little bit of line. Going into that U-bend. And here we are transitioning into the long turn. As we pick up the speed, a bit of an hesitation there from Syme. Very good mirroring proximity from Pingo there. And there we are over the line. Judges are analyzing the runs. We have a one more time from the first judge. Syme for the second judge. And from the third judge. It is a one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the first one more time of the night. Let's see it. Alright, so once more, we have Pingo in the lead and Syme in the chase. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see this one more time. If you are ready, hit the lights. In 3, 2, 1, let's send it! Block! Very tight initiating line there from Pingo. Bit of a tight line there from Syme. Doing a very nice job of keeping up. Damn, Oni store! And that, look at that mirroring! Very good touch and go. Very aggressive through that line there. Syme doing absolutely everything he can to keep a close proximity, but will it be enough? Kind of cleaning up the line there at the end, and we are over the line. Will that be enough for the RTR Green Mustang from NEDT by Syme there? Alright, hopefully for the last time tonight. Let's see it! Damn good swing there from Syme already from the beginning on. Getting on that point. Very good through that first outside zone. Second outside zone, touch and go. Pingo keeping it very tight. Very good mirroring there. Going on a wide line. That's what we like to see. Bit too aggressive there from Pingo. And there we are over the line. If just give out your call for who you think get the win. Wymir first. And Syme takes the win! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to the final driver in this test stream before we move on. Alright, drivers, line up. Line up. Though, you need to add him now, because Wymir was supposed to go with no limiteds. Alright now, in the final part of the bracket we have no limiteds against S13. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready for this final part of the, that would be a top 8, I guess. Alright, let's go! Bit of a late starting there from No Limiteds. Good initiation line there from both drivers. Very good mirroring there from S13. Absolutely the best mirroring we've seen in the U-Band thus far tonight. Keeping a very, very tight line there from S13, going up to No Limiteds. As we go, oh, and a bit of a haul back there from S13 going into the long corner. Very, very good mirroring though, and good proximity. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, who will it be? As the drivers line up once more. The final of the Grade A tonight, I guess. S13 in the lead and No Limiteds in their chase. Let's see it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send it! Pluck! Alright, S13 taking an early lead. They're a bit of a late initiation from No Limiteds. Going a bit outside the line there. Struggling really to keep up. This may be to desync. Just keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a wall hit there from No Limiteds. Really trying to keep up. But he's not quite there, I'm afraid. Going through that transition, keeping on a tight line, going over to long turn. No Limiteds doing everything he can to keep up. but it is not quite enough. Oh, and a bit of an inside hit there at the end. Oh man. Who will it be? Alright, we have one. We have 2 votes for S13. And the final call. S13 takes the win for that one. We are done with the grade 8 and basically the we're done with the first testing of the stream and everything. We will be right back with y'all. We're gonna jump to a commercial break and we'll be right back with you. Berserk Apex Drift League is presented by... Have you ever found yourself driving like an absolute maniac? Uh-oh, this won't be good. Wowza! I wonder what our insurance agent has to say about this.
We don't cover that.
Ha! I wonder why. Let's see that again in slow motion. Jeez, that must have hurt.
Yeah, we definitely don't cover that.
Battle Car Insurance. Drift at your own risk.
Introducing the Battle Helmet Cam. With the breathtaking clarity of a monstrous 420p. Battle Helmet Cam. Experience the panic.
Man, I got comp in 5 minutes and I'm tired as hell. What am I gonna do?
Here, try this.
I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, mama. Mathias Go-Go Juice.
Totally legal.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we return as we get to the top 4 of this testing stream. I'm gonna need you guys to just ignore the other driver that's on track. He was not invited to the session. Right now we have A3 in the lead and Blind in the chase for the top 4. We sort of have a bit of an awkward camera angle as we start off the run here, but no matter, you may start the lights. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, let's set it! Block! Bit of a laggy line there from A3, that may just be my stream going. Blind staying far behind there, doing a bit of a mistake on that inside, doing a very hard job of keeping up with A3. Not even in the cinematic camera angle here. As we get to the long corner, Blind is really hammering it to try to keep up, doing a nice bit of mirroring there at the end, but will it be enough? We're gonna have to see a massive mistake there from A3 in the chase to be able to cope for that, I'm afraid. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for the second last half of this run, if you are ready, hit the lights in 3, 2, 1, let's go! A3 doing a nice bit of mirroring there already before the qualifying line. Very nice through that U-band. Blind doing a bit of a wide line there at the end. A3 doing a nice job of keeping up there, falling a little bit behind during that inside zone. As we get to that horseshoe, doing a nice job of mirroring and keeping on that line and proximity. And we are catching up. A3 is like, it's like Cheech and Chong to the smoke here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. Now, let's hear it from the judges. Alright, we have 2 to 1 on a one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see it once more. Alright, here again. We have A3 in the lead and Blind in the chase. Let's see it one more time in this top 4 battle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready, in 3, 2, 1, let's hit it! Let's go! Very nice proximity there already from the get-go. Getting through that qualifying zone. Very good mirroring from Blind. Going through that tight inside and outside there. Very good touch and go from Blind. Very nice there. Keeping that line very tight and clean. Very good mirroring. A bit of an hesitation from A3 going into the long turn there as we progress through the speed. And there we are over the line. Blind falling a little bit behind there at the end of the line, but that is all good. Alright now, hopefully for the last time tonight, let's see one more time. The last half of that run with Blind in the lead and A3 in the chase. Now let's go! Going very early on, very nice mirroring already before the scoring line there. A3 going a little bit inside of Blind. Very nice there on the inside. Very good mirroring from A3. On that touch and go and looking. Oh! And A3 shuts it down. Oh my god. I'm afraid that might be it there from A3 tonight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we got quite obvious mistake there from A3 in his chase. Sadly, that's gonna cost him the victory tonight. Alright, we have 3 judges voting for Blind. Alright, next up in the top 4. This is getting serious now. Now people stick around because AG will still be in the battle for 3rd place tonight. Now, Line up. Line up. Alright then. We have Syme in the lead and S13 in the chase. If we are ready for the final battle of the top 4, let's send it! Block. Very tight line there from S13, already going through that. Oh, and a bit of an overtake there in the U-bend by S13, going through that first outside zone. Very, very tight line from S13, going to the touch and go as we progress to the fast bit. Very, very good mirroring there from S13 as we progress to the faster lane. And there we are over as we progress over to the finish line. Very, very aggressive run there from S13, but will it be enough? We'll just have to wait and see. Now we'll have S13 in the lead and Syme in the chase. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready, let's hit those lights in 3, 2, 1, let's go! Once again, hitting that line very early on. Syme keeping it tighter and a lot further back than S13 did, keeping him safe. Oh, bit of a wall hit there from Syme as we go through that touch and go. As we progress into that horseshoe, going for the... Oh my god! And we may have had a straighten there from Syme. We don't know yet. We'll have to hear it from judges. As we progress to the longer turn. Oh, and an... Oh! And that's a 0 there from Syme. I don't know. The nerves may have gotten the best of him. Will it be S13 or will it be Syme? I think we all know already.
Three crashes.
And we have... Oh, no, never mind, that's wrong. And a clear win there for S13. Alright. We are not gonna jump to a commercial break, we're gonna go straight to the battle for 3rd place. We are about to see A3 versus S13. Syme, sorry. Sorry about that. Let me just make sure that I'm... Give me a second. Alright, I am ready. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Alright, we're ready. A3 versus Syme. A3 in the lead, Syme in the chase. Let's hit it! Alright, very good initiation there from A3. Syme keeping a tight line. Both of these NEDT drivers. Syme going a bit over the line in that U-bend. Going over to that horseshoe and that outside zone. Going to the inside. Syme keeping it very tight. Going a little bit outside there. Tightening up that line again. Going out to that outer zone. As we progress to the fast bit. Adds. Wow! Syme overtakes A3. That may have been due to a... bit of an overcorrection there from the lead, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, one more time. Actually, the second run, rather. Alright, let's see it. Sime again with that big swing already from the line going. Sime not even phased by that as we go into that U-bend. Sime's not really mirroring at this point, but does a nice job of keeping up, even though we lacked a lot of line going through that inside zone. As we go through that touch and go over the line there, and we are keeping a tight proximity and a tight mirroring of the line. As we progress to the final outer zone and that fast bit. Who will it be, Sime or A3? And yet again, we have two one more times. Oh, and a win there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see it once more. Alright, so once again, we have A3 in the lead and Sime in the chase. This battle for third place is playing out to be a good one. Alright, judges, let's see those lights. Hopefully, once again, for the last time tonight. Let's see it! Very good initiation there from A3. Keeping it clean. Sime cleaning up that line a lot more. Going through that U-bend. Oh, and kicking out. Oh, and we may have a straight in there from Sime. Staying back a lot further after that hit. Progressing through to the fast zone, and Sime shuts it down. We don't know what happened there. Perhaps he will give us a mind later on. Alright, as we get to the last run between A3 and Sime. Very nice work there from Sime, keeping it clean through the U-bend. Over to the first outside zone. Oh, and a bit of an hesitation from A3. Nice touch and go. All A3 really has to do during this run is to just keep it safe and no crashes. As we progress to that last outer zone and that fast bit, A3 is keeping it well balanced and behind Sime there as we progress over the line. No, not for this one. And we have 3 votes for A3 there, meaning that A3 takes third place for tonight, and Sime taking 4th. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we head to the finals, we're gonna do a small commercial break. We'll be right back with ya. Berserk Apex Drift League is presented by... Have you ever found yourself driving like an absolute maniac? Uh-oh, this won't be good. Wowza! I wonder what our insurance agent has to say about this.
We don't cover that.
Ha! I wonder why. Let's see that again in slow motion. Jeez, that must have hurt.
Yeah, we definitely don't cover that.
Battle Car Insurance. Drift at your own risk.
Introducing the Battle Helmet Cam. With the breathtaking clarity of a monstrous 420p. Battle Helmet Cam. Experience the panic.
got comp in 5 minutes and I'm tired as hell. What am I gonna do?
Here, try this.
I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, mama.
Matthews Go-Go Juice. Totally legal.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we return here for the finals of this testing stream and the night before the comp. We will have Blind in the lead and S13 in the chase. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready for... We have to stand by for one of the judges. Give us a second. Alright, the judge has returned and we are ready. Alright, as we were saying, Blind versus S13. If we are ready, the final battles of the night. Ladies and gentlemen of Block, let's send it! As we go through the green lights, Blind in a tight lead there with S13 right on his door. Going through that U-bend. Very, very nice proximity there and very nice mirroring. Going through that inside as we progress to the first outside zone. As we are our the touch and go, everything's happening. So, oh my god, look at that! Look at that angle there from Blind. As we progress to the fast turn with S13 still in tight chase with Blind. Very, very nice mirroring. This is gonna be a very tight one, ladies and gentlemen, indeed. Alright. Now, hopefully, for the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see it? I sure as hell am. Let's see those great big giants going at it once again. 1, 2, 3, let's hit it! Oh my goodness. Blind on a very tight line there, going to the U-bend. Oh, and Blind falling a little bit behind. Going through those outer zones and that touch and go. Blind is still very far behind. S13 really proving that all that practice going to good. Blind falling far behind. As we are going over the last zone. And ladies and gentlemen, there we are. Over the line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna have to hang tight with us as we wait for the podium. Now, with a drone cam going from me, can the top 4 drivers please line up in front of me with their cars? Y'all don't need to be so close. Alright now, everyone quiet down. Now, alright, we have the votes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, 3rd place tonight has been taken by A3. Now the real question, the real comp will come tomorrow, as we know. But now, for the main quest taker of tonight, and the main winner. Ladies and gentlemen, S13! Congratulations to all drivers, you all did an admirable process tonight. It has been absolutely fantastic to watch and witness. Now just letting the ladies and gentlemen out there watching know that all of the drivers for the Ignition comp for battle has been pre-selected. All the drivers you're watching right now, they will take part in the comp tomorrow. And there you have one of the test brackets going on tomorrow, which will show the lead driver goals. There we have my menu for some reason. Alright. Now, for the ladies and gentlemen watching, just keep in mind that this has been a test stream. You can expect a lot more from us going forwards. We've been working for a long time to try to get this working on a level in which we wanted to do. We're basically in what you could view as the early VDC testing days of a competitive drifting league in Roblox. This game has absolutely impressive physics and just impressive gameplay compared to what you would think Roblox is. I'm absolutely honored to have been surrounded by all of these talented drivers and motivated people. I don't really have much more to say at this time. You guys can expect a lot more details on the drivers, on the judges, on how we do everything, on how we set up stuff, and how this whole work process has been for us to set up a competitive drifting league in Roblox. So yeah, from the bottom of our hearts, from all of Battle, from all the competitors, from all the drivers, from the fans, from everyone, thank you guys so much for watching tonight, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.